every Sunday.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to worship here outside in this beautiful creation sanctuary. And to those who are joining us on Zoom, we welcome you there too. This morning is our last barbecue of the season, and so please plan to stay for lunch after. Oh, no, wait. Next week.
Next week.
I'm a whole week ahead of myself. Joyce the barbecuer is yelling. No, this week plan to stay for lunch. And next week will be our last outdoor service. It's been wonderful seeing all these old men knobby knees in their shorts over the summertime. Next week will be our last outdoor service, but you can still wear your shorts inside. And it's going to be our blessing of the animals service next week. So bring your animals, or bring a photograph, or bring your neighbors and their pets too. And stuffies, if you've got a stuffy, these should be blessed indeed. Today, one of our special pets, it's his birthday. It's Quincy's birthday today. And he's turning 12. And Quincy has a birthday buddy. It's Krista's birthday today too. So happy birthday to you, Krista. Sometimes when you're the minister of a church, someone says, I've just been doing a bit of thinking, and I have a few theological questions for you. And so someone has asked for an appointment to discuss some theological questions. And so that's going to happen today after church with Miss Stella. Because Stella came to church a few weeks ago with a list of questions, and she needs to have some conversation. So we're going to read dairy for an ice cream cone and some theological conversation. But if you have some questions, you should make a list too, because I'm always available for ice cream. And Miss Stella brought the beautiful flowers for our worship service today that she and her Mimi put together. Wow, beautiful. Thank you very much. Next week is the blessing of the animal service and the last barbecue of the season. August the 28th, we're moving back into the sanctuary. I'm going to be on holidays, and it's the word and music service. So you'll be sure to want to come for that. And then September the 4th, you get to go to church in your pajamas, because there's no in-person that day. It's all online, and it's going to be a repeat of the amazing Spirit Sister service organized by our very own Florence Niven and a number of the Spirit Sisters that took part in that service back in May. We're going to have a rerun of that on Labor Day weekend. And we're going to invite Doug Tuttle up to the microphone.
Morning, it's just a fundraising note. Unfortunately, we've had to cancel the golf tournament that we were going to hold on Wednesday this week. We just didn't have enough people who wanted to participate. It just wasn't worthwhile to make the golf course on the church. We'll try again next year, maybe a little later on, maybe in September, when getting a little more over all their holidays and their trips. And just thank you very much for those that did say that they would participate. Those that provided gifts for us, make sure they get them back. And those people that did want to participate, maybe they'd like to take that money that they were going to spend on that and buy a ticket to the Blue Jay. Because Sandra still has 9 seats left on that trip, and she'd be happy to buy the ticket to anybody that wants to go. Unfortunately, they're a little frustrating at the moment, the Blue Jays, and maybe they'll come out of it and provide us with a good day of entertainment in September. You just think about that if you haven't bought a ticket. And I'm sorry about the golf tournament. We'll try again next year. Thank you.
That are here on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee people. Here on Turtle Island, we gather with hope and with confidence that we are indeed the people of God. We light our Christ candle this morning as Christians gather across the country and around the world. To light candles to be reminded that Jesus is the light of the world. I also lift up as we light our candle this morning, Glenn Owen, who I understand has been in hospital. And I also lift up my sister-in-law, Tracy Down, whose mom is in hospital. We gather, might we do so, knowing that this light is within us and around us. That this is the light that we have to share with one another. That this is the light that shines in the darkest of places, forever offering us hope. I invite you to stand as you're able, and we're going to sing together our opening hymn. This is the day that the Lord has made, and it's number 122.
This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. Singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah. We will rejoice and be glad. Singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah. We will rejoice and be glad. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. Singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah. We will rejoice and be glad. Singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah. We will rejoice and be glad.
Today we are honoring and celebrating creation, and so I want you to be in this space. Open your eyes and your heart and all of your senses to what is around you. Feel the breeze and the glorious sunshine and the boats and the sky and the incredible water and these people
the people of God who surround us. We are one flock called to be in community. We have a boldness before God because we are known to be loved. And so in the same way, let us love one another. Siblings and cousins, two-legged and four-legged, with gills and wings from sea and air. Let us, as part of creation, care for creation, not only in word or speech, but in truth and action. Let us join together as one flock to worship the one God. Come, let us worship God. For our centering prayer, I'm going to invite you to turn to page 18 in More Voices. We're going to sing, Lord, Prepare Me, and then Kim will play underneath while we pray, and then we'll conclude our prayer by singing hymn. Holy One, heartbeat of creation, you know us and call us into bold witness. We come together this day to celebrate your creation, the beautiful water that surrounds us, the spirit breeze that blows through us, the holy sun that warms us, the gentle rains that cool us, the stars and moon above us, the holy ground beneath us, Mother Earth, all as creatures of your creation. We ask for your presence to be known to us anew, through dragon breath and butterfly kisses, through nymphs and toads and people too. Open our hearts to hear the cries of your creation here in Canada and around the world, so that we may be empowered to act in love for one another. For you are our shepherd, who lead us toward green pastures. Lord, prepare the essential.
So Stella, you and I are going to have a conversation a little bit later with our ice cream cone about a whole bunch of things about God and creation. And so I'm going to start by asking you a question. Do you know what it means to be an activist? Do you know what that word means? No. Does anybody know what that word means? To be an activist? So either we all need to learn together. So to be an activist, can you say that word? Activist. To be an activist means to support something or campaign for something or march for something so that other people can learn how important it is. So sometimes we want to be an activist for those people who are homeless and don't have a house. And we need to be activists for good social housing. Sometimes we need to be an activist for people who are hungry, don't have enough food, and live with food insecurity. And sometimes we need to be climate activists. But think being a climate activist means?
All to make sure Mother Nature doesn't say, oh, like clean up on
That's exactly right. To be a climate activist is to care for Mother Earth, to make sure that the trees are happy and the birds are happy and the swans and the ducks are happy and the fish and the toads are happy and the sky and the sun are happy. And what do you think we might be able to do to be climate activists?
let people think.
They're all excellent ideas, ways that we can be, what are we going to be?
Climate access.
There's someone who is 15, was 15 years old. How old are you?
7.
So she was about twice your age. Her name was Greta. And she said, I want to be a she wanted to show the world that individually we can make a difference. And so I have an important message for you today. You are one person, but you are making a difference right here in this church. Did you know that? Kind of. And so, as you make a difference by loving people and caring for people and asking important questions about God and church, we also want you to help us become good by teaching us how to care for Mother Nature and for all of our two-legged and four-legged friends, for the earth and the sky and the water. Can you help do that? Oh God of the stars, the sun, oh God of the wind and the sea, though you're everywhere, how amazing it is that you can be here with me. The ocean creatures of planets beyond, you know, like the call of your hand, and yet you're concerned with my little world. Oh, help me to understand. I know that miracles happen to people like me. The moment we dare to believe. For we are the object of God's mighty love, love greater than our little minds can conceive. The sun could grow dim, this whole universe has a way, but nothing can change the promise that He I will stand. Yeah, I want to read a passage of scripture from Psalm 96, where the psalmist writes, God made the heavens, royal splendor radiates from far. A powerful beauty sets God apart. Bravo, God, bravo. Everyone joins in a great shout, saying, encore, encore. In beauty and awe, in creation and awe, we bring gifts and celebrate. Bow down before the beauty of God. Let your knees shall go and let it that God my perilous. That spirit from the sky, the birds joining in, and a huge round of applause from the waters. That wilderness turns cartwheel, animals will dance, whatever you see in the forest, into the quiet. Extravaganza, foremost, as God comes to set every night. This is our last for today. As you understand it, I might choose this. There once was a girl named Greta. She simply decided that her calling was to change the world, literally to change the world, the planet, Mother Earth. Well, I was 15 once, and I think you were 15 once. So what have you done to change the world? What have I done? Change the world. I'm embarrassed to say it now, but when I was 15, I was going to town with my maternal grandmother. She had lived on the farm all of her life, and she knew how to make something out of nothing. She knew how to reduce and reuse and recycle long before they were trendy words. We were going to town, and my grandmother and I, and as a farm kid, going to town was something special. And Grandma Knott was bringing with her her very well-worn fabric bag. Grandma, I said, in my most embarrassed 15-year-old self, they have bags in town. They will put our purchases in a bag, a brand new, clean, plastic bag. Oh, this one will do me just fine, dear, she says. Oh, what my 15-year-old self didn't know, and my grandma did, and Greta does. Grandma knew that as creatures of creation, we must work together. Grandma knew that from the earth we come, and to the earth we shall return, and while we are upon it, then we must live in harmony with it. Grandma knew that giving our best selves to God meant that we must give our best selves to the planet, to Mother Earth, to Turtle Island. Grandma knew that being faithful meant not just going to church on Sundays, but tending the garden on Monday, and picking watercress out of the creek on Tuesdays, and taking your own well-worn fabric bag to town on Wednesday. Grandma knew And she taught me too, so that my 15-year-old self would also know. Well, I sure know that I'm not 15 anymore. And I sure know that you're not 15 anymore. So what have we done to change the world? As we look at our own country this summer, the evidence of what we have done in our lifetime is screaming at us. Wildfires burning uncontrollably in parts of Canada that have never seen wildfires before. And then came the floodwater. Uncontrollable flooding in the east, more fires in the west, our own air being polluted with smoke, not just for days and weeks, but spots across the country for the whole summer. Mother Earth is crying out to us, and we must listen. We must listen not like a 15-year-old, but to the 15-year-old. We must educate ourselves so that we can be active participants in the life that God has given to us on the only planet that we have. So we must become what, Stella? Climate activists. I want you to remember for the remainder of the summer that you are being called to be a climate activist. But of course, that's a lot of work, and it's summertime, and who wants to work in the summertime? So maybe instead, you might be willing to take a sacred pause in creation, to find a favorite space in creation, maybe on your regular walk, or maybe it's a rock you like to perch on, or maybe it's a lake you like to swim in, or maybe it's a cup of tea on your front porch or your balcony, but find some place in creation, even if you're an indoor person, and take a sacred pause. The S in sacred is for sense. Use as many senses as you can. Notice the sounds and the smells. Look wide and look soft. Choose something and look close. Feel it with your skin and your bones and your muscles and your spirit. Feel your breathing. Notice any reactions that you might be sensing in yourself. Alertness, curiosity, fear, restlessness, attraction, distraction. Take a sacred pause. The A in sacred is to appreciate. Focus your attention on something near you and notice all that you can about it. Its colors and shapes and textures. Appreciate what is being offered to you in this moment. Appreciate it for simply being itself. Speak your gratitude out loud and take a sacred pause. The C in sacred is for connect. Connect in this moment. Maybe there's a story or a teaching or an image that comes to mind. Think about who or what depends on this element. On what or whom does it depend? How does it give? Or how does it take or receive? Consider any threat to its safety. What will become of it in a day, in a year, in 10 or 1,000? How will threats such as climate change and severe weather patterns impact it? Take a sacred pause. SAC R-E-D. The R in sacred is for respect. Think of how you relate to this element. How do your actions or inaction impact this part of creation? How do you show care and respect for this element? Are there actions that you can take to protect or heal or honor or cherish? Take a sacred pause and respect. The E is for express. Show your appreciation and respect by making an offering. How could you create an offering to express your gratitude? Is it with words, a prayer, a ritual, a song, a dance? In the indigenous tradition, they might offer water or tobacco. Take an intentional action in the moment to express your love and respect for this part of creation. And the final letter D is for delight and deepen. As you leave or return to your walk or your swim or your task, allow the feelings and sensations to deepen in you. Delight in the connection that you have noticed or the concerns that you have felt when you have taken a sacred pause. So I want to conclude with sharing with you my sacred pause and my grandma's well-worn fabric bag. The actual bag that my grandma took to town all those years ago always sat hung on her kitchen door handle in the old farmhouse, and now it hangs on my door handle. As a reminder, as a teaching, as a commitment to use all of your senses to appreciate all of creation, to connect with Mother Earth in air, wind, and fire, water and sun, moon and earth, to respect all of that the Creator and creation has to offer, to express through action, word, and deed our commitment to healthy living as climate activists, to deepen our commitment to climate justice, whether we're way ahead of our time or way behind the time. May we all learn from all of the grandmothers who have come to teach us. May it be so. And all God's people can say, Amen. Let's stand as we're able or comfortable, and we'll sing together, Called by Earth and Sky. It's number 135.
Called by earth
invite all of you to the second last barbecue of the summer. And we also want to let you know that the church barbecue has about 2 barbecues left in it. So if you have a well-working barbecue that you are not needing anymore, or if you would like to donate to a well-used church barbecue to replace this one for next year, Joyce Payne's the one to talk to, our barbecue extraordinaire. We want to thank all of you for participating in our summer services in the barbecues and for continuing to help support Edith Rankin through this fundraiser and through all the ways that you share your gifts and your tithes and your car donations. You bless the church by being you and by sharing in who you are and in what you have. You bless the church by being curious and interested. And together, we are all called to bless God's creation by being climate activists. I invite you to be in this creation and enter into the time of prayer. Please pray. As we care for your creation, Holy One, provide us with the humility and the curiosity needed to continually learn about the marvel of your work and to deepen our understanding of how our actions, good and bad, affect all of creation. May we ask your blessing on the prayers that we offer here today and the intentions of those across the church and around the world, as together we take steps to understand this climate crisis that we are in. Although the journey is hard and our hearts might be afraid or filled with doubt, may we continue to act and to learn towards climate justice with confidence and strength in your presence guiding us. May we continue to follow in the ways that you are leading with hopeful and daring hearts until we reach a place of justice and peace, health and growth for all of creation. We ask these things in Jesus' name, who taught his disciples to pray together, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Friends, as we go from this place on the day of creation, go and be bold in your care for creation. Go and offer safety to friends, to family, to community that's two-legged and four-legged and gilled and winged. Go and pray for the love of creation and be and become the climate activist that you were created to be. And go and be blessed if your name is Krista and you're having a birthday today. Go in peace, my friends, and all God's people can say,